Welcome you back once again in geological knowledge. So in the previous video we have talked about the earthquake resistant buildings, in which our focus was to understand the basic structures, the basic of the resistant buildings, and what are the considerations particularly we have to take care when we go for such types of construction. Okay, the pore water pressure, the forces, the shearing stresses or the strength, or the other factors like the geology of particular area, the foundation or the foundation rock, which are what type of rock is there, and the hydrogeological factors. So all these things we have discussed in the previous video, and today we will discuss the another very important video, that is the mass wasting process, or the important questions related to the types of mass movements. Okay, so that will be the point of our today's discussion. So let's start our discussion. So these are the MCQs related to the types of mass movement. Okay, and we must understand firstly that what is the mass movement. Okay, so because of the certain factors like the gravity or the slope area, the slope gradient or the gravitational forces, the rock material or the mass, the material that slides away or that moves, roll down, okay, because of the gravity or the slope gradient. So these types of movements or the sliding of a particular rock material or the particular rock mass, or we can call them the mass. So the movement of these particular types of material, that is known as the mass movement. Mass movement because the movement takes place in a heavier group. The heavy material, they try to move because of the gravitational forces or because of the slopes or the slope gradients. Okay, so that is called as the mass movement. Okay, and the type of or the rate of movement of particular material or the earth material, that varies from the very slow to very rapid depending upon the slope. Okay, the amount of slope, that is the angle of repose we call them. And there are some various types of movements are there, like the earth flows, the soil creep, rock creep, solidification, the mud flows, or the particular landslide slump. These are also the rock slide or the rock fall. So these are also, we can call them as the types of the mass movements. Okay, so that we will discuss in today's video. So very first question, that is dealing with the what is the downgrade movement of mass along no definite surface called as. What is the downgrade movement of mass along no definite surface, that is known as flowage, subsidence, sliding, or the earthquake. So that is basically known as the flowage. Flow means when something, any material that flows away, so that means there has no definite surface. If it has a definite surface, then it will be called as the slide or the subsidence along a plane. Okay, or earthquake, that's not type of movement. So flow is understood as the downgrade movement of particular mass along a no definite surface, because it can move haphazardly without any particular plane. So that's why it's known as the flow. Okay, so the movement of mass along no definite surface of failure. So mass involved in these types of failure, that is primarily unconsolidated type, or the loosely packed, or the rendered as by the natural processes. Okay, primarily unconsolidated material, that is part, and the loosely packed material or the rendered so by the processes of the natural processes or the natural processes they encounter. So the flow is, that will be the correct option here. Second one is, in which type of flow is failure is not easily perceptible. In which type of flow is the failure that is not easily perceptible? The rapid failure, quick failure, slow failure, or the moderate failure? Because what is the type of failure in which the flow is, or the failure that is not easily perceptible? So flow is that can also be further distinguished into slow and rapid type of flows. And obviously in the slow flows, the failure that cannot be easily perceptible. Okay, the ground that can be moving downslope at such a low rate as few centimeters a year, or even less than that. Okay, so the rate of flow is, if the rate of flow is so slow, we cannot even identify that whether the material is sliding, whether the material is flowing or not, because if the rate of flow is low as much as in few centimeters per year, then we cannot understand. Okay, so slow failure that is not easily perceptible. Option C will be the correct option. Third one is dealing with the in which type of flow is failure is easily visible. Okay, rapid failure, slow failure, quick failure, or the moderate failure. So obviously rapid failure, that will be the correct option. We have to say that the failure is easily visible. Okay, however in a rapid flow is the movement of the falling mass or the failing mass may be easily visible, and the mass may travel in few meters or more a day. Okay, and the conditions causing the flow is in the two classes, they may be closely related or entirely different. Okay, so the correlation between these two slow flows and the moderate failure or the rapid flow, we call them, so they may be closely related or entirely different from one another. Okay, so option A, that will be the correct option. Fourth one is dealing what is a type of mass failure in which a superficial mass fails by moving as a whole along a definite surface of failure, that is known as flows, sliding, subsidence, or the earthquakes. Okay, so superficial mass fails by the movement as a whole along a definite surface of a failure. So that we can easily identify from the keyword, that is the mass failed by moving as a whole along a definite surface. If the surface is not definite, then we will call them the flows, and if the movement of mass that is taking place along a particular well defined plane or the well defined surface, we call them, so that will be called as the sliding. So a true landslide, that is a type of mass failure in which a superficial mass fails by moving as a whole along a definite surface of failure. Okay, along a plane, we can call them. So the surface of failure that can be planar or semicircular in outline. Okay, so on the basis of the planar and non-planar, when the slope or the surface is non-planar, then there are other terms like toppling failure, okay, wedge failure. Oh, so these types of terms, they are being generally used. Okay, so that we will talk about later. That's not point of our today's discussion. But if the plane is certain, if the definite plane is there for the movement of that particular mass material, then they will call them the sliding. And if the particular plane of the movement that is not definite, then this will be called as the flows. Fifth one is dealing what is the characteristic of the mass above and below a landslide respectively. Okay, means the characteristic of masses above and below a landslide respectively. Both are stable, both are unstable, unstable and stable, or stable and unstable. Okay, so we all know that is the, it's often characteristic of a landslide that the mass above the failure surface, that is unstable, whereas the mass or the material lying below this surface, that is generally stable. Okay, so you must understand this process. That is the mass movement that is generally takes place along a surface, along a definite plane of surfaces. If that is not a plane surface, that's not a definite surface, then we will call them fluids. But since the movement is taking place along a particular plane, so obviously there must be some rigidity in that plane, okay, or there must be some stability of that particular plane. But the upper surface or the upper plane, because that is not rigid in structure, or that is not so strong, that's why the upper surface, the upper material, that slides down because of the uh, gravitational forces, or because of the slope failure or the slope gradient. Okay, so the lower surface, that must be strong, that must be stable at its point, but the upper surfaces which are not stable, so that's why they slide down, okay, along a plane. Okay, so the mass above the structure or the mass above a landslide, that will be unstable, and mass below the landslide, that will be stable. Okay, that you have to keep in mind. Option C, that will be the correct option. Seventh one is dealing what is the character of the surface of shear in hard, brittle and coherent material. Okay, the character of the surface of the shearing in hard, brittle and the coherent mass, the curved, planar, circular or the undulated. So when the mass involved in the hard, brittle and the coherent material, such as the massive igneous rock types, okay, the best example being the massive igneous rock types, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks, the shear surface, they are broadly planar in character. Okay, so the mass involved in the hard, coherent and brittle type of material, such as in igneous rock types, massive sedimentary rocks or the metamorphic rocks, the surfaces, they are broadly planar in character. Okay, so option B, that will be the correct option. The character that can be curved, circular, undulated, that can also be there. Okay, that's the case, that the another condition. But if the shear in the hard and brittle and coherent material is being asked, so that will be the planar in structure. Okay, when it's curved, then we will call them the toppling failure or the wedge failure. So all these types of failures, that we will talk later on. Someone is dealing with the what type of landslide may undergo landslide, sorry, there is a problem in question. What type of slide that may undergo landslide? Okay, so you can correct the question. So rock fragments, loose soil, whole blocks or the any type of mass. Okay, question should be what type of mass or what type of material may undergo landslide. Okay, so there is a correction in the question. Okay, rock fragments are there, loose soil, whole blocks of the rocks or the any particular mass, type of mass that can go. So obviously sliding may involve the material of any composition, any shape and of variable degree of the consolidation. Okay, if the soil is being if the material is soily in character, or sorry, the slump, rock slide, rock fall, so all these types of failures are there, or these types of slides are there, depending upon the composition, shape as well as the variable degree of the consolidation. Okay, so whether they are made up of the loose soil, or they are a form of the rock fragments, or whole blocks are, or the slabs of the rocks are being falling down. So on the basis of that, they are named differently. Okay, so what type of material or the what type of block, rock mass may undergo landslide? So any type of material depending upon the particular composition, shape as well as the variable degree of consolidation. Okay, so option D will be the correct option. Eighth one is dealing what is the character of surface of shear in loose, inherent and weak type of rocks. Okay, curved, planar, circular, undulated. In the previous question we have talked about the surface of shear in compacted, coherent and the strong rocks. Now the question is reverse, loose, inherent and the weak types of rocks. Okay, so in this type of material or in this types of surface, in the character of the surface that will be curved in nature, and that is in the case of in unconsolidated material. So unconsolidated deposits like the loose, inherently weak and weak rock mass as well as the weathered top surfaces, sliding is commonly taking place along plane curved shear surfaces. Okay, so in consolidated deposits, loose, inherently weak and weak rock mass and the weathered top surfaces, the sliding is commonly takes place along the curved shear surfaces or the curved shear planes we can call them. Okay, so in case of uh, compacted, coherent and the strong rock masses, the failure which was taking place that was the planar type, but in case of loose, inherent and weak rock mass, the curved type of failure that is taking place. Okay, so that you have to keep in mind that what type of shearing, what type of material that is being used. Okay, or the what type of material is being transported because of the sliding or landslides. Okay, ninth one is dealing type of landslide where surface of failure that is planar is known as. So that we have already talked about, that will be the translational. Okay, obviously if the rotation, if the planar surface, the landslide where the surface of failure is curved, then they will be called as rotational landslide. But if the surface of failure that is the planar in nature, then that will be called as translational landslide. So the surface of failure that is generally planar in character, speed of failure that is quite rapid, and the nature of mass involved in the falling mass that may be rock mass, rock slabs, debris or the soil cover, or even it can be a mixture of all types of that. Okay, so the deciding factors, they are generally the character of the rock mass, the speed of failure means at what pace the material is being coming down, okay, and the nature of the rock mass. Okay, so all these factors they are responsible for the type of failure. Okay, so option A that will be the correct option. 10th one is dealing what is the characteristic sloping surface in the rotational slides, curved, planar, circular on the undulated. So in the rotational side the curved structure, the curved surface will be there. In rotational landslide or the rotational slides we can call them, the falling surface that is generally curved in character and the speed of failure that is also quite rapid, and because of the nature of the falling surface being movement of the mass that takes place from a sort of rotation rather than translation. Okay, so the rotation of the rock mass that takes place as compared to the rather than the translation, as in case of the planar failure or the planar rotation. Okay, 11th one is type in which the falls are involved rather than sliding. Okay, the type of failure in which the falls are involved as compared to sliding. So translational sliding, rotational sliding, rock toppling or the subsidence. Okay, so that is the rock toppling. Okay, so rock toppling or the falls they are grouped along with slides, although there may be a little or no sliding involved in their failure. Okay, so toppling, that can also be a kind of movement, kind of failure. Okay, there can be planar type, there can be curve type, or then can be the rock toppling, means the falling of rock straight away behind because of the gravity, or because of the we can say the failure of the particular plane. Or so option C, that will be the correct option. 12th one is discussing or dealing with the sinking or the settling of the ground in almost vertical direction naturally is called as, means the settling or the sinking of a ground in almost vertical direction is known as flowage, sliding, avalanche, or the subsidence. So that is known as the subsidence, means direct vertically downward movement. So subsidence, that can be defined as the sinking or the settling of the ground mass in almost vertically downward direction, which may be the case, or which may occur because of the removal of the natural support. Okay, suppose hard and soft rock or the moderate types of rocks are there, and if the support which was being afforded, which was being supposed that was created because of the hard rock mass, so if the whole rock mass is being moving vertically downward, so obviously there will be no soft rock or the no vertical rock. Okay, there will be no support for the softer or the harder rocks to stand. Okay, the removal of natural support from the underground or due to the compaction of the weaker rocks under the load from the overlying rock mass, so that we have discussed about. Okay, so that process is known as the subsidence. Option D will be the correct option in this case. 13th one is dealing with the what movement is observed in all cases of subsidence: horizontal, vertical, shearing, inclined movement. That we have already discussed about, that is the option C, vertical. Okay, so the net result in each case is that the surface material, that is natural ground or the artificially suffers a sinking downward movement in a vertical direction. Okay, so that will be the option C, vertical, that will be the correct option. 14th one is discussing in which type of slide weather conditions they play a very important role. That's a very important question. Translational slide, rotational slide, rock toppling and falls, or the subsidence. Okay, so in rock toppling and the falls, the weather conditions, they play very important roles as compared to the other types of sliding. So the precipitation, frost action, that leads to change in the rocks and lead to the rock toppling as a fall. Okay, because in the temperature conditions, there may be temperature and pressure condition, there the differences in the temperature. Okay, the day temperature is something and the night temperature is something. Okay, so on that basis, the weather conditions, they provide, or they are the important conditions, or the play very important role in the rock toppling and failure, rock toppling and falls. So option C will be the correct option. 15th one is dealing with the translational sliding, that is quite common in slopes made up of which type of rock, means made up of which type of material, we can say rocks, cohesive soils, rocks and non-cohesive soils, rocks and the cohesive soils. So in the translation slide, the sliding, that is quite rapid, and the nature of the mass involved in sliding, in the falling, that may be a rock, maybe a rock slab or debris, etc. There can be the combination of both can be. So these slides, they are quite frequent on the slopes which are made up of the rocks and the cohesive soil. Okay, so option D will be the correct option, rocks and the cohesive soil. Okay, so this was our discussion about the types of mass movement, okay, and the different types of failures and why they are failing, why the certain type of planes which they are playing a very important role in certain types of failure. So that was our discussion in today's discussion, and in the next video we will talk about the causes of that failure, that why this mass movement that is taking place. Okay, thank you.